side, with the valley between them. And a champion went out of the camp of the Philistines named Goliath of Gath, whose height was 6 cubits in span, almost 10 feet tall. Look at somebody, say, don't let the size of your giant scare you.
Don't let the size of your giant scare you.
See, some of y'all going through some giant stuff right now. You in an issue right now. You in a circumstance right now. And it seems bigger than life itself. It seems bigger than you. But baby, just because it's 10 feet tall, just because it seems humongous, just because it seems like it's more than you can bear, baby, don't give up. It's not more than God can bear. Tap on your neighbor, say, God can handle that. Look on the other side. Tell somebody, because see, they thinking this thing about to take them out. They think they about to lose everything. They think it's almost over. But tell them this thing will not take you out. Tell them God can handle that.
God can handle that.
Said he was about 10 feet tall. And he had bronze. He has a bronze helmet on his head. And he wore a coat of mail. And a coat, and the coat weighed 5,000 shekels of bronze. He was equipped. I know your enemy looks like it's equipped. I know your enemy looks like it's about to win the fight. For some of you, you're looking at the fight and you're saying it's already over.
My God, my God.
But hey, baby, it ain't over till God says it's over.
Yes.
It says, verse 7, and the shaft of his spear was like a waver's beam. His spear had weighed 600 shekels of iron alone. And the shield bearer went before him. Goliath stood and shouted to the ranks of Israel, why have you come out to draw up for battle? Am I not the Philistine, and are you not servants of Saul? Choose a man for yourselves, and let him come down to me. If he is able to fight with me, and this is one of the things I like. It said, if he's able to fight with me and kill me, then we will be his servants. But if I prevail against him and kill him, then you shall be our servants and serve us. So what is he saying right there? What I came to tell you is that that situation is trying to take control over you. See, the enemy knows when he got you in a place where he can use any kind of trick on you. Let's just say he got you in a place and he said, God didn't call you to preach. So you start saying, oh yeah, God didn't call me to preach. And because you believe that God didn't call you to preach, you believe in the word of the enemy. So what you have just done, you allow the enemy to take power over your life. Oh, y'all ain't talking to me. So Goliath began to say, if y'all win, we're going to serve y'all. But if we win, y'all going to be our servants, in other words. So what's happening a lot of times when y'all up against Goliath and you up against issues and up against situations, you begin to let them take control over you. You let them win, and when you let them win, guess what else happened? Even though you said, when I ain't been called to preach, God trying to use you, and you feel like God can't even use you because you done gave up your power.
Go ahead, Pastor.
Just like your situation, I have to talk about it. It ain't one person. It ain't two people. It's a whole lot of y'all. Situations in your marriage and you want to give up. Guess what happened when you gave up? You gave the devil authority. You just gave up and let Goliath take over your marriage. So then you start looking at each other cross-eyed. You start fussing at each other. You start saying you ain't going to tell me what to do. And you start being boss. And some of you, amen, some of you may not be here today. Amen. And some of you bold enough to throw up a hand. Tell somebody, say, that's the devil. And I didn't mean to go way over there, but now he got me there. Can I stay?
Go ahead.
God use you.
The enemy is trying to destroy. Goliath is trying to kill. Amen. Trying to destroy what God has placed in you. Amen. But I want to know today, are you going to run scared and give up? Or are you going to face this giant? Every marriage is going to have problems. Everybody, as long as you live it, you may have some type of pain in your body and something you may go through with. But because the pain comes, you going to give up. Because your toe aching, you ain't going to work. Some of you go to work, your toe be aching, it'll be aching all day. You be sitting there eating up pills. But you'll get that work done and you'll make production. If you can't say hello, say ouch. I'm talking about killing some stuff.
Yes.
But we don't want to face the giant. And I began to look at this thing yesterday. We went to Carowinds on yesterday. And then when I was young, I loved to ride the rides and the roller coaster. But seems like once I got past 40, my body couldn't handle it. Some of us, what are you trying to say, Pastor Sean? Sometimes you let your body, you let your situations around you to determine your circumstance.
Yes.
So after a while, after I got past 40, I couldn't ride no more like I used to. I used to love to go on those roller coasters and having them flipping me upside down and all around and play around with the drop zone and everything else. And I got older. And I couldn't face that giant no more. I can just look at a roller coaster and the nerves get all messed up. See what you're trying to say? What I'm trying to say is that some of you're facing some giants in your life and you're letting the outer appearance and just what you're feeling control your thoughts concerning that circumstance or that giant. So I began on yesterday, and let me tell you just how the enemy will mess with you even as, going through and dealing with giants. I began to tell him, I said, well, I'm not even going to even go because I know I'm not going to ride and I don't want to waste no money. I can stay home and study and, do some other things. And then they persuaded me to go, and I end up going. When I get there, I'm looking at the roller coaster and I got all nervous just looking at it. But something stood up on the inside of me. Say, girl, you can fight this thing today. Say, girl, you can give this thing another chance today. Look, I'm going to tell you the first time when it came my way and I looked at the drop zone and it was up there. I saw how the people was dropping down there. The enemy getting to put a little fear in there. Say, girl, you ain't ready for that yet. See, some of y'all in a circumstance right now. You in a situation right now. And the enemy saying, don't fight for it right now. Don't go through right now. So what I did when I saw the drop zone, y'all go ahead, I can't handle that right there. But what they didn't know, something was being built up on the inside of me. So when we got to the next ride, I was getting my health back. I was getting my strength back. I was getting my joy back. Woo! I don't know if it was a cyclone or what it was. It was one of them old things. Them old roller coasters. And they were like, you riding that? And some of them say, no. Some looked at me and said, Pastor, you gonna get on that? I said, yeah. Look at your neighbor and say, face the giant, face the giant. And see, everything don't fit everybody. Everybody can't do everything everybody else do. I know that marriage might be doing this and doing that. I know it takes this and that to make that work. But baby, you can't do everything else that everybody else do. So I got on the cyclone. And we waited in line patiently. And anybody know sometimes you got to build up your nerves,
Oh, yeah.
You got to build up your strength. I ain't gonna let this thing scare me no more. Butterflies, you got to go. Discouragement, you got to go. Frustration, you got to go. Most important, fear, you got to go. We're on the roller coaster. It starts to move. It starts to bump. Can I be real with you? I was speaking comfort, but I wasn't quite comfort yet. That thing started moving and it started jerking and my head started moving and my body started moving and I closed my eyes and I started calling on Jesus. And before I know it, he took me through the curves. He took me up high and slapped me down low and put me in a loop and put me in a swerve. And before I knew it was all over and I looked around.
All right now, all right.
Can I be real? I looked around, I felt a little pain right here. I said, oh Lord, how many know the devil put fear in you like that? Lord, I couldn't handle that thing. What was I thinking getting on that roller coaster? What was I thinking trying to preach a word? What was I thinking trying to be a missionary like God told me to be? The devil will come back and put fear. But because I refuse to run from the giant, and I said I'm going to face the giant, I looked at my children, I looked at the saints, I said, what's next? See, I knew what I could and couldn't handle. I know the cyclone was a little too bumpy for me, but I knew if I found one that was smooth, it could have been higher. It could have had deeper curves. There was one I even laid down on and went for the best ride of my life. Sometimes you just got to lay down in His glory and say, God, I don't see where I'm going. I don't know what's happening, but I'm in your glory. Woo! So, instead of running from the thing that just shook me up all over again, I got and I found another one. And you know, sometimes you got to prepare yourself. And I begin to ask some of the others, y'all going on this with me? They're like, oh no, Pastor, we gonna do that one. I said, y'all come on. No, Pastor, you shouldn't do that. I said, who going? I'm going. And I got on up in there. You know, sometimes when you're getting and you're waiting patiently, I was just building up my strength. I can do all things through people who strengthen me. I can make it through this one. That fear that came over me before, it's got to go. That pain that flooded in my chest has got to go. But I'm getting on this thing. I might scream through it, but I'm going to ride it out. I might cry through it. I might holler through it, but I'm going to ride it. Woo. Anybody going to ride it out? So, one of them got on. You laid down on it. And some of them was like, they was in line. I looked around some of the men, I ain't calling no names. They were supposed to be in line and they done got out of line. Man, they hide behind the gate. And I said, I'm gonna go for a ride on this one. And some of them, a lot of them dropped out. We got on that thing, we were sitting up straight. Then it laid us back. And I said, Lord, the sky is so beautiful. Because see, a lot of times we go through things. The enemy wants us to see that thing that we're facing. Because they laid me back, I couldn't see the hills and the curves. Because they laid me back, I couldn't see the drop. But all I could see was the sky. And I began to get my focus on Jesus. And I said, wow, look at the wonders of God. Look at the wonders of God. By then, that roller coaster took off. And I found myself just going up and down and around. But while I was doing that, I felt no fear. I felt no nervousness. I felt no scaredness. I felt none of that. But I felt joy. I felt joy. What are you trying to say, Pastor? When you face your giant, yes, sir. And you not flee from it. I ain't gonna lie to you, that was the best ride. I'd go back today if somebody take me. I laid back on that roller coaster, and some of them came out. People, don't tell them I said that, so don't let them watch this parade. They're like, I ain't going on that thing no more. I was like, what? Man, that was the best one out of all of them. But what happened was, thank you, Holy Ghost, for the revelation. When I got on that roller coaster, and I laid back, I couldn't see the drops that were coming before me. I couldn't see the curves that were coming before me. But all I could do was just look up. And when I look up, I saw the heavens.
Hallelujah. Good.
When I look up, I saw God's wonders. And I was so excited. That's what he said. If we keep our minds stayed on him, yes, he'll keep us in perfect peace. Man, I wanted to go get back in line again. But we were winding down. That was the best ride of my life. What you trying to say, Pastor Sean? There's some things the enemy's trying to fill you with. He's trying to make you think you can't make it. He's trying to make you think you got to be the thug and you got to be the one to walk around and be all this and all that and you living a hellish life and you on your way to hell. He's trying to fix it up and make you think those are the finer things in life. But baby, that's just a cliche. That's just a giant in your life that's trying to disguise some things. But God, he's calling us to be real. It's time for us to face the giant. It's time for us to stop being fearful. David, being the youngest son, he didn't get to go to battle at first. He did. He stayed back, but his father Jesse sent him to check on the boys and take them something.
Yes. And
even as he went, his brothers are scared and they're hiding. It's sad when you got somebody in battle. You got people that's been in church 50 years and not effective.
My God.
You got these grown boys in battle and running scared. But all it takes is somebody to come in that know that they know Jesus.
Hallelujah.
And they got their mind focused on him. Saying, I can do all things through Christ Jesus, who strengthens me. And some of you may be going through some situations in your life. Your giant can be financial problems, depression, drugs, alcohol, sexual desires out of the will of God, out of marriage, fear, health issues, infidelity, abuse, intimidation, stress, family, jobs, marriages. It can be just some of you don't even have peace. The word of God said God has not given us the spirit of fear. And what I forgot to tell you is because I stepped out on faith yesterday.
Yes.
I don't have that fear no more.
Hallelujah.
The kids can tell you before we left, I was like, what else can we ride? I don't have that fear. And you know what happens after the fear left? Excitement came back.
Glory.
Oh my God, y'all missed that. Excitement came back. See, when you get over that circumstance you're going through and you give it to God and you fight it and you face it and you don't run from it no more, you'll start building your strength back. You'll start getting excited back. You'll start getting enthusiastic. And see what the devil gets us with is fear. Some of us looked at some of those things like I did that first one, that drop zone, and said I wasn't going to get on it, just the thought of it. And sometimes just the thought of situations that we're in. Our marriage, we're struggling financially. Then I'm fussing at you about bills, you fussing at me about bills. We stress because we can't get a meeting. But if we trust God, guess what? He's going to make a way out of no way.
Yes,
but guess what we just did when we started fussing and arguing? We gave in to the enemy.
Yes.
On the job, they treat you wrong. They misusing you, taking advantage of you. I feel like that sometimes. But instead of getting upset and going to tell somebody off and give them a piece of my mind, that's me losing the war. I'm allowing the giant of the enemy to win.
Yes.
But when I humble myself, God will give me favor. Yes. Going through in the body and the sickness may come, but if I give up and say, okay, then what the doctor said is what I got. He said I got high blood pressure and I don't think I'm going to make it. Guess what's going to happen? I ain't going to make it.
Amen.
But you got to overcome that giant. You can't let it overcome you. God has not given us the spirit of fear. It says in 2 Timothy 1:7, for God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. 2 Corinthians 7:1 says, having therefore these promises, God has already given us promises. Dearly beloved, let us cleanse ourselves from all filthiness of the flesh and of the spirit, perfecting holiness in the fear of God. If you're going to fear anything, fear God.
Yes.
Romans 8:15 says, for ye have not received the spirit of bondage again to fear. God has not given us that fear to fear man, the fear of what our situations are, the fear of the unexpected. God has not given us, that's a bondage. That's something that's weighing us down.
Yes.
So why do we let it happen? Romans 8:15, for ye have not received the spirit of bondage.
But the spirit of
you didn't receive, God didn't give you that spirit. That spirit of bondage to fear. And what fear does, it takes life out of you and it squeezes the life out of you. I forgot how fun it was to be out there with the youth and just, oh, I can't tell everything, but get in the water. Did it too. And just jump the waves. Fear will take the life out of you. It'll squeeze the life out of you. But when you get past fear, he's not giving us that bondage. That's the enemy's job. Just like he bound me up for the last few years and said, well, you can't do this. Your body's going to think and react this way if you do that. But once I put the devil under subjection.
Glory, hallelujah.
I realized that there was excitement again. It says, for ye have not received the spirit of bondage, again, to fear. What is fear? Is what? Bondage. But ye have received the spirit of adoption.
Yes.
Whereby we cry, Abba,
Father. Yes.
So what are you trying to say, Pastor Sean? If that giant comes in your life, I've given you the spirit of Christ where you can speak and you've been adopted into the royal family, a royal priesthood, that you can speak those things that be not as though they were, so that you can go forth, so that you can know, even though it don't look like you can do it, but because you've been adopted into the royal family, you can say, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Isaiah 11:2. And the spirit of the Lord shall rest upon him, the spirit of wisdom,
yes,
and of understanding, the spirit of counsel and might, the spirit of knowledge and of the fear of the Lord only, but of nothing else.
Yes.
And And then God took me over to, it started here first. I kept hearing James. And I went into the book of James. And James 4:1 says, for whence come wars and fighting among you? In other words, where do they come from? What's all of this that you're doing? This fighting, this miscommunication, not getting along, arguing all the time, complaining all the time. Where did this stuff come from? From whence come wars and fighting among you? Come they not hence, even of your lust that war in your members? Remember I told you until I got past what I was feeling. And a lot of times what we go through with in situations that we're in, we're dealing with the enemy, which is the inner me that's on the inside. We are our worst critics. Things are not even fearful for us because God has not given us the fear over certain things. Amen. He's already promised that he would make a way out of no way. And if we just trust him and fear him only. But we start saying, oh, I can't make it. Oh, I can't ride that ride. Oh, I know I might just die if I get on. You just spoke death.
Oh, God. Yes.
Oh, we can't make it. We can't get along. You just spoke you couldn't get along. Oh, my head about to kill me. What? You just spoke death over yourself.
Yep.
Oh, my family crazy. You just cursed your family with your very lips. My wife ain't got good sense. Guess what you just did? You just spoke over her. He ain't no good. But then somebody else found him to be good. Uh-oh. Guess what you just spoke over him? Life and death is in the power of the tongue. James 4:2. Ye lust and have not. Ye kill and desire to have and cannot obtain. Ye fight and war, yet ye have not because you ask not. For one thing, what it is, you ask in the wrong way. You're not even in position to ask. You're not even in the place of God that you need to. First of all, you got to get your mind right, and that's what the enemy knows. That's why he keeps confusion going. Because if he keeps confusion going and you acting crazy and you trying to ask God to deliver you out of something, but truly, how can he hear you and deliver you when you still got an attitude?
Better say
Y'all ain't talking to me.
Say
It's all right. I'm gonna finish
that's okay,
something.
Pastor.
James 4:3, you ask and receive not because you ask amiss, that you may consume it upon your lust. You want it when you want it, how you want it. What if David went out there and wanted to be a showboat? You think he would have got defeat? But he went out there in the name of Jesus. In the name of his Lord and Savior, he went out there. And he defeated this giant. James 4:7, and this is what you need to highlight. This is what you need to post on your refrigerator. This is what you need to put on the dashboard of your car. This is what you need to put on the desk at your job. This is what you need to put on the refrigerator, because a lot of y'all go there if you don't go no place else. It says, submit yourselves, therefore, to God. Submit yourselves, therefore, to God. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you.
Yes.
See, a lot of y'all running from the devil. You got the power where the devil need to run from you. I don't know about you, but I'm gaining my power back.
Yes.
I'm gaining my charisma back. I'm gaining my authority back. I'm gaining everything that God says is for me back. And it's time for us to say to God to stop being like David's brothers when they ran from Goliath. But you ought to make the devil run from you.
Yes.
I refuse to flee any longer. I refuse to flee any longer. I refuse to run any longer. But I'm going to face this thing.
Yes.
Stand to your feet if you can. To your feet. Amen. You may be in here on today, and you've been facing some giants in your life. And you tried running. What I read about this, and I didn't get to that point, it said for 40 days, that Philistine giant kept coming and haunting them and threatening them and talking trash to them. And apparently, day after day, they kept running from the giant.
Yes.
How many of you going to keep running? 40 days repeatedly, he would put on his bronze and put on his armor and put on his coat, and he would go out there and he would taunt the men of God and put fear in them. How long are you going to keep running? How long are you going to keep giving up on your life, on your ministry, on your calling, on what God has for you? How long are you going to keep giving the devil the benefit of the doubt? The Lord said, be strong and courageous.
Yes.
He's calling us to holiness. Amen. If you're in this house and you need your strength, you need your strength. It's not in you, but it's in Jesus. Come to the altar right now. If you're in here and you've been running and you've been fleeing and you've been letting your issue take the best of you, you didn't even realize that's what you were doing. Come on and let God make a way for you. Shonette can't do it, but God can do it. I don't care if you've been to the altar before. Come on back. Don't let the enemy steal your joy and rob you of your joy. Come back to the altar. If there's one, come. You can't fix this by yourself. I know you didn't know how there would be a way out. But God did it. He did it.